Mercedes Moné doesn't deserve every championship that she has right now. She deserves more. And I will explain to you why. I ask you to take a look at some of these superstars here. Some of these faces you may know. Walter, now known as Gunther. Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder. Kenny Omega, the almighty Bob Lashley. Ultimo Dragon, Kurt Angle, Austin Aries. These are only a few superstars that have ran the belt collector gimmick in their time of professional wrestling. Were all of these superstars ruining wrestling? Were all of these superstars holding people back? Were all of these superstars being selfish? You know why your favorite superstar has never got a belt collector gimmick? Because they weren't good enough. When I see people so angry at Mercedes Moné, I often wonder, do you guys see Sasha Banks? Do you guys remember Sasha Banks getting a championship and then dropping it to Charlotte, getting it back, dropping it to Charlotte, getting it back, dropping it to Charlotte, losing to people that she should not be losing to on random Monday Night Raws? Mercedes Moné has spent her entire career being one of the best performers in the ring and never getting a chance to sniff the flowers, never getting a chance to bear the fruits of her labor. Oh, she got the fruit. She got the flowers. Oh, yeah. But those flowers were immediately taken from her and given to someone else. She got the fruit. But as soon as it was time to eat them, you know what? Let's give it to Charlotte. Charlotte needs it more. We need Charlotte Flair. You know what I didn't forget? The moment these two wanted more for themselves and decided, no, I'm not going to do this rinky-dinky ass booking that Vince McMahon was doing, it took commentary 10 to 15 minutes to run these two into the ground, their character, and go on live television on the same night that it happened and say Sasha and Naomi gave up on the they gave up on the WWE Universe. They gave up on you, gave up on me. Huh? And then to watch the fans that used to chant for the boss, they used to chant for Glow, they used to chant for Naomi and Sasha when they were doing their own thing and when they were together. But the moment that it was decided, not by you, but when it was told, when the company told you to berate these two, y'all fell in line like sheep and called these two women worse than what was being said on TV. You know how Becky Lynch's gimmick right now is listening to the fact that people call her Becky Hogan and that she's selfish, and she goes on there and says, you know what, I am selfish, I am, and no one bats an eye, right? But now Sasha, Mercedes Moné, is actually acting on that, and she's not going only in the WWE. Oh, no. She's showing you she can do it everywhere. She is not just the brainchild of Vince McMahon. She is Mercedes Moné. She is the greatest of all time. And she is going to show you every single time you see her on TV. And finally, after all of these years, it took her to go to another company that at the time where she was getting booked this way didn't even exist. A company had to be invented, made into an established brand for Mercedes Moné to go there, change her name, change her theme song, do everything. And show the world, yes, now it's time for me to eat my fruit. Now it's time for me to sniff my flowers. And now people want to boo? No, y'all don't deserve to boo. Y'all don't get that opportunity. Meanwhile, I have to watch Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch go down to developmental, go down to NXT and beat the rising stars. And I'm supposed to believe that's helping them out. They're putting them over. They're doing the good thing. No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm supposed to believe that the only way to elevate a championship is by putting it on a higher superstar? Y'all don't know how to... Has anyone realized that they refuse to show any other way of elevating championships besides just putting it on a different superstar that's higher? Y'all have no idea how to elevate a mid-card championship besides just putting it on a main level superstar and then having them fight from behind. Oh, the underdog. They've been doing that gimmick for the entirety of this company's existence. And every single time, y'all eat it up. On this too, oh, who is Mercedes Moné benefiting? She's the only one benefiting. I hate that narrative. Because you do realize Mercedes has to lose, right? If you're an upcoming women's superstar right now, if you pin Mercedes Moné, you now are a star. You know why? Because you just pinned one of the greatest of all time, one of the superstars that's holding more than 5 belts simultaneously. You are now a star. your stock just went up because you just pinned Mercedes Mone. You just made Mercedes Mone tap out. You just took a championship from one of the belt collectors, the few in professional wrestling right now. You are now a star. So wouldn't that be benefiting other people? Oh, no, that can't be, because then that would mean Mercedes Mone isn't as selfish as y'all keep trying to paint her. The problem is with a lot of WWE fans, they think that the entire world just revolves around WWE. And if you're not in that bubble, nothing else matters. Guess what? That's not how things go. There's wrestling companies all around the world. And I hope Mercedes goes to each and every one of them and wins their championship. You know why? Because she's, as much as she has to win, she has to lose. And every person that beats her is going to become a bigger star because they took the championship from Mercedes Mone. That's the way the ladder works. I don't know why it works with Becky and Charlotte and everyone else, but it doesn't work with Mercedes. Oh, no, it does, but y'all just don't like it. Burns y'all up that y'all call this woman selfish and non-deserving and all these terrible, terrible things that I'm not going to repeat on this platform. And she's still being successful because y'all don't matter. The hate never matters because the hate always turns to love eventually because people always turn around. What's that word everyone likes to say? Fickle, fickle, fickle. Well, guess what? Here's a time to put that word in because that's the way it works every single time. When Mercedes goes to All In and she beats Toni Storm, oh my gosh, it's going to get worse. But guess what? Who cares? I don't. I don't. I had to watch my favorite women's superstar of all time lose to people she shouldn't be losing to. Every time she wins a championship, she can't hold it for sometimes even a month. WrestleMania comes around, she can't win. She wins the tag belts, gives them to the fucking Iconics. Don't defend them, and now the tag belts are still not being respected, not being looked at as established belts after all of this time. I wonder why. Ever thought about why Mercedes Mone is a part of two tag teams that are considered one of the best times for the women's tag team belts? Her and Naomi, and her and Bayley. She's a part of two tag teams in the entire history of that belt. And those two tag teams are both looked at as very good times. You know why? Because Mercedes Mone was there. And usually, most of the time, I will say 99% of the time when Mercedes Mone is doing something, she's doing it well. You can box all of these other superstars in. You can't box Mercedes Mone in. She found a way out. She escaped the Matrix. In this narrative, again, I'm going to dead it again. People like to say that Mercedes is walking into these companies, kicking the door down, taking the championship, and just holding it for ransom. That's not how things work. Some of y'all are old enough to know that's not how things work. So I don't know why y'all are saying it. Come on. If I have a wrestling company right now, and it's called Live Pro Wrestling, and there's a superstar named Lottie Dottie, and I want Lottie Dottie to be the greatest women's superstar of all time, I'm going to say, okay, we had this championship. Let me call Mercedes Mone in, win the championship, and we're going to build Lottie Dottie all the way up. And then when it's time for her to be the face of this company, Mercedes is going to come back. Lottie Dottie's going to be Mercedes Mone. And guess what Lottie Dottie is? Now, she's more over than she ever has been because we built her up and we had her beat one of the greatest superstars of all time to win the championship while she's holding 6 other belts. Is it that hard? Is it really that hard? No, it's not that hard. About Mercedes isn't benefiting anyone. She's benefiting everyone because whoever beats her, they win too. It's the gift that keeps on giving. This ain't just one match. Oh no. Mercedes Mone is going to end up putting over multiple different women superstars in multiple different companies. And y'all are here trying to tell me that she's selfish? Please shut all the way the hell up. It doesn't even make any sense. Mercedes Mone in the next few months has the possibility of putting over more superstars than Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair combined in their entire careers. Count it. Go ahead, count it. I know what's wrong. Y'all just want to be in control. Y'all just want to control the narrative, and whatever your idea of Sasha Mercedes Mone is, you want that to be the standard. Guess what? It's not. You're the GOAT like she is. She creates a standard, and you just watch, and you get happy or you get mad. Either one. You can't stop it. So please dead this narrative that Mercedes just ruining wrestling. She's not the first belt collector. She won't be the last. She's not even the only current one. You want to be a hater? That's cool. I'm a hater too. You know what I'm saying? This whole, you know what I'm saying? I do it all the time. But hate with facts. Hate with logic. Don't hate with just your feeling, because usually the feeling will drive you to looking really, really dumb. I don't make the rules. The CEO does.